It's funny, we use the word significant all the time, right? A significant change, a significant event. But what happens when that single word could decide the fate of, say, a multi-million-dollar merger? Well, in the world of professional valuation, significant isn't just a casual adjective. It's a trigger word with a very precise and very powerful meaning. So, let's get right to it. What does it really mean when a professional valuer points to something and calls it significant? I mean, where's the line between a minor detail and a factor that can swing the value of a company or a piece of property by millions? As you're about to see, the answer is surprisingly specific, and it carries a ton of weight.
And the good news is, we don't have to guess. The official rulebook for valuers, we're talking the International and Philippine Valuation Standards, gives us a very clear definition. It's all laid out in black and white.
Okay, so here it is. Any aspect of a valuation which, in the professional judgment of the valuer, greatly impacts the resultant value. Now, at first glance, that might seem pretty straightforward, but trust me, this single sentence is a masterclass in precision. Every single phrase in there is absolutely crucial, and it basically forms the foundation of how valuers make these huge, high-stakes calls.
So let's actually do that. Let's break this thing down. We're going to take it piece by piece, and you'll see how this one sentence creates an entire framework for making massive financial decisions.
So first up, any aspect. You have to appreciate how intentionally broad that is. This could be anything. It could be a physical thing, like a crack in a building's foundation. It could be a legal thing, like a new zoning law that just got passed. It could even be an economic thing, like the first hint of a recession on the horizon. The definition starts by casting the widest possible net, forcing the valuer to consider absolutely everything.
Okay, so from that super wide net, we get to the filter, greatly impacts the resultant value. This is where things get sharp. We're not talking about some scuff marks on the wall or a leaky faucet here. We're talking about the kind of stuff that truly moves the needle on the final price. A $100,000 structural repair, not a $50 paint job. This phrase is all about separating the minor noise from the major value drivers.
And that brings us to the absolute core of it all, the real engine of this entire definition, in the professional judgment of the valuer. Think about it. How do you decide what greatly impacts a value? There's no simple checklist or piece of software for that. This isn't some statistical significance you'd find in a lab report. No, this comes down to a human expert, an actual person, weighing all the evidence and making a reasoned, defensible conclusion.
And this, right here, is where the science of valuation really meets the art of it. It all boils down to the power of that professional judgment.
Just looking at this phrase on its own tells you everything you need to know. The whole definition, the whole concept, hinges on these words. It's a fundamental acknowledgement that valuation isn't just a simple algorithm you can run. It requires a real person with years of experience, deep market knowledge, and a strong ethical compass to pull all the data together and make the call.
Okay, so what? Why does this one carefully worded definition matter so much in the real world? What are the actual implications of getting this right? And maybe more importantly, what are the consequences of getting it wrong?
Well, think of it like a ripple effect. This one definition empowers the expert valuer to actually make that definitive call. That forces them, and everyone else, to focus only on the factors that truly matter, which in turn provides a clear and solid justification for that final number on the report. And when you have all that working together, that's how you build trust in the entire system, making sure that valuations are both reliable and credible.
At the end of the day, the word significant isn't just part of a definition. It represents a massive responsibility. It's the constant reminder that behind every major deal, every big transaction, there's a human expert making a critical judgment call. Which kind of leaves us with one final big question. When millions or even billions of dollars are on the line, how much is that judgment really worth?